Hey Julian, how did you get involved with the cannabis industry? Fun you ask, because I ask myself that every day. You know when you're like, if you told me this 5 years ago, I would have laughed in your face? So if you were ever curious, while talking to Julian on the phone, how did she get here? I'll tell you. Sometimes it's just good to know who's behind the brand and who you're supporting and buying from. That's important. Now I can talk to you under a heated blanket. Highly recommend. Anyway, circling back, staying on track here. Sometimes you think where life is going and then it kind of doesn't happen the way it's planned, and that's okay. You gotta ride the wave. And when this girl was working at the Gap selling t-shirts, that was such a fun job, by the way, and graduating from university, I realized that I just really liked fashion. I liked clothes. I landed a job as a clothing buyer in Toronto. I was styling on sets of TV, movies. I helped open the first Canadian Sex Avenue. I even had my own earring brand at one point. I forgot about that until this very moment, to be quite honest. Anyways, suddenly I became pregnant. 23 years old. Whatever. We live once. I couldn't travel. I couldn't be flying for work while pregnant and waddling around. No. What did I do? I started working for myself. I knew that I wanted to kind of stay in touch with the fashion side of things and that industry and the editorial side. So then I started working for a bunch of motherhood platforms. I really identified with that space naturally because I was a new mother at a young age where none of my friends were having kids. Everyone was focusing on their careers, which I was at my peak. And then bam! You know what? You prevail. I then landed a job with the magazine. Look, that's me! And I became their assistant editor. I advertised a mattress and I'm still sleeping on it. And I just realized that I really like becoming a prolific writer in a subject that glorifies motherhood, although it's very incredibly raw and it's kind of unauthentic, but kind of a vibe. So I still have Whitney Port's cell phone number in my phone. Do I delete it? I can't delete that. And then I did an advertisement for the small CBD brand called Feel CBD. Does that sound familiar? I loved their relief stick, which is now the Feel Stick, the beloved Feel Stick. I used it for my hip because I gave birth 3 times in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have 3 kids. 3! And I just kept in contact with the social media manager. Joe made me laugh. She still does. And all of a sudden, they went dark. And I was like, how am I going to treat my postpartum anxiety and depression and ADHD that I was diagnosed with at age 28 postpartum with my second? And I get a phone call from a BC number. And it's this guy named Sam. And he said, hey, I want you to work for us. We're getting into the regulated cannabis space. At that time, I was managing a relatively large platform, Motherhood Space, of course, and I was the moderator, project management, interviewing celebrities, and the influencers. And I said, well, I'm not looking for anything full-time. I'm not necessarily looking for anything new, like what's up, tell me more. And then suddenly, 2 guys fly out, hang out in my backyard, open up their laptops, 2 little entrepreneurs. Hell yeah. My 3 kids running around and probably breastfeeding the youngest while I'm just like listening to these guys go off about cannabis and I have no idea what they're talking about. I just liked your relief stick, bro. They're like, well, you know, we're new to this space, we're a startup. You know social media. Do you just want to make like funny reels? And I was like, bet. Like, okay. Building up that community further and just getting those connections was so cool. It brought me back into what I really truly loved and valued, which was just human connection. We're selling consumables. This is product changing people's lives. And I don't say that lightly, you know this. If you're a bud tender, if you're a retailer, if you're an LP, you know how important this work is. Then the brand just got bigger and bigger and bigger and I was like, why don't I try sales? Well, I don't think it was my idea. I think it was Sam's, but I don't know. I guess he saw something in me. Working for a startup and watching the growth over the past, oh my gosh, 3 years almost, has been so rewarding and valuable and phenomenal. I've been able to connect with people nationally and sell them product that really makes a difference. Say you're a bartender watching this and you're like, I want to grow in this industry. Lean into what you love. Don't listen to other people who are like, This is what success means. Success is happiness. Of course, you have to feed yourself and have a roof over your head. Lean into what you love. Because honestly, I thought that I'd have to like go to school for marketing or like business. Now I'm a businesswoman with a big girl job. And you know what? I just learned along the way. I would have never thought I'd be in this position, in this space, with this product, with these people, but I love it. Hey, if you love what you're doing now, stick with it. Happiness is hard to come by, but have you tried CBC? I'm grateful for your support, no matter who you are, because if you've made it to this point in this video and you're curious, you're like, who is this Julian girl? And now you know. Anyways, that wasn't very professional of me, but we are on social media, so if you drink out of straws, you will burp more. TikTok taught me that, but like, it's real. There's a blue check mark. It was a doctor. Imagine my kids grow up and they're like, Mom's so embarrassing. And honestly, honestly I am, but I also like, I have no shame. Once you give birth and almost die, shame leaves the room. Life is short. 2025. This year is the year of doing what you love, working hard, but also resting, because rest is productive. Rest is productive. All that to say, thank you for spending this time with me. You deserve a high five. Follow, like, and share. Wait, no. Follow, like, comment, and share.